This week marked the release of Hitman World of Assassination and Freelancer mode. But what are these things? You may have heard of Hitman 3, released in 2021, and the whole thing could seem pretty confusing, but we'll discuss that today and explain what everything is. I'm Pyrus for Pyrus Gaming, and today we explain what is Hitman Worlds of Assassination and the new Freelancer mode. IO Interactive reached out to me with a code that gave me access to Hitman 3, World of Assassination, and Freelancer, the new mode. And I was honestly confused at first. I wasn't sure what I'd been given because I am not a Hitman 3 player. In fact, I haven't played any of the Hitman games prior to this. So I was a little bit confused as to what I'd gotten. I decided to download it, give it a shot, see what IO Interactive is up to here. And after digging in, I found that actually it's a pretty enticing package. So to back up and kind of go through what's going on, Hitman 3 came out in 2021, was generally well received, and it gave you access to maps from the prior two games if you owned them. There was a whole importing process that you went through, and you could bring them into Hitman 3, which was pretty cool. Now, what happened recently is that Hitman just got an update, so now it's no longer called Hitman 3, it's called Hitman World of Assassination. Now the cool thing is if you already own Hitman 3, you automatically can get this update to World of Assassination. And World of Assassination brings everything together. You get everything from the first two games imported into the world of Hitman 3, so you're running it all through the same game. You get extra DLC, and now as of January 27th, it has a new Freelancer mode. So the way that this works is that Freelancer is a roguelike take on the Hitman universe. Basically, you have a home base called the Safe House. You no longer are tied to the syndicates that you've been working for in prior games. You are now a freelancer. So you get to choose the contracts you take, go to the locales you want to, and take out the targets any way you want. You get extra cash for taking out targets in the methods that are given at the beginning of the contract. What makes this so different is you have your safe house where you keep your items, and whatever you take in can be lost. If you take an expensive sniper rifle into the map and you die, that thing is gone. Likewise, if you take something good out of the map with you, now you can store it in your safe house. So the roguelike element of this game is that you have two opportunities to fail. After the second fail, the syndicate that you're investigating goes into hiding, and that's it. The whole run is over. So the idea is to try and wipe out a syndicate in one playthrough and then move on to another one and another. At the end of each contract, there is a final mission to find the leader of the syndicate, but you don't have the name and the face. You can't just walk right up to them, shoot them in the face, and then run away. You need to figure out who it is. So they give you potential targets, which are highlighted in purple. You then have to use the intel that you've been given at the beginning of the map to try and figure out, do I have the right target or not? Now again, I have never played Hitman before, so maybe this isn't so difficult for people who are veterans of the Hitman series, but I honestly had a really hard time and got murdered multiple times. I think there's a certain level of awareness that you need in these games, using your surroundings. So that is your extra assassin sight combined with the minimap, and then being always constantly aware of who can spot you out, which ones are the guards that actually recognize that you're not supposed to be there, and then balancing disguises against areas that those disguises can get you into. It actually has quite a bit of depth. I did find that the mode is fun. I played through a little bit of the first two levels of Hitman 3 just to kind of get my grasp for the game before going into Freelancer. You don't need to do that though. You can just jump straight into Freelancer, start grabbing contracts and doing runs on your own. You don't require any prior Hitman 3 or other prerequisites for starting a Freelancer campaign. As you're doing your runs, based off of your successes and the bonuses that you're able to complete, that decides how much money and experience you take back to the safe house, and then that decides your level, where you can get upgrades to how much gear you can carry into a given mission, as well as other perks. In closing, thanks again to IO Interactive for sending me a copy of the game. And while I'm definitely not the best person to try out this game, in one sense, I think they're trying to bring in a new audience by putting in this mode, so maybe I am the right kind. But it definitely will take some getting used to become effective as an assassin in this mode. I do like the style, I like the idea behind it, it is executed pretty well. I'm definitely not taking advantage of everything the game has to offer, and the fact that they've made it streamlined and just a better overall experience for their customers for free is always awesome. I always love when these developers go back. They try to make things more simple, more easy, but yet more feature packed, and they're not charging anything extra for it. If you haven't taken that dive into the Hitman universe yet, this is the way to get into it, because now with the Worlds of Assassination, you get every single map from the 3 games, plus extra DLC, and now this new mode, which honestly would probably be where I spend a lot of my time, just because the challenge, plus the changing targets and everything. I think it's a really cool mechanic, and I would love to get proficient with it and really build out my safe house. I will be posting a gameplay video as well. I will link that video in the description and throw a card on this one once it's posted in the next couple of days. Unfortunately, I'm not the greatest spy, so I tend to end up in shootouts that get me murdered, but overall, definitely enjoyed my time with it. Once again, thanks to IOI for the code. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the new mode, and if you're a Hitman 3 veteran, I mean, how bad am I? Am I that far off? Is there something I'm missing? Help me out here, guys, because if I'm gonna play some more, I need to do a little better than I did. But that's gonna do it for today. Subscribe for more just like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you there.